Is that a picture?
Yeah, it's a sonogram they took of the baby last week. I thought you might want to see it.
Look, before we sign anything, we really have to talk.
Okay, I just wanted to know, I noticed that here it's like she's showing the picture, and I feel like at this point we would have already have shown like some kind of proof of pregnancy or something. So for her to be showing that for the first time isn't necessarily accurate, but it is something that happens during the process.
We're not who you think we are. The agency must have made some mistake. My wife is not a reverend, and I'm not a doctor.
Okay, so this is not exactly how that would go in real life. We don't have mix-ups with our adoptive parents. We have adoptive parents make profiles that they can share with birth mothers, and those profiles are shared with birth mothers very intentionally, and it gives birth mothers an idea of how that family is and who they are. So,
I think a mix-up like that would never happen.
I don't think so.
I can't believe this.
But we were hoping that since we told you the truth that you still might consider...
Giving you my baby? You think I'd give you my child after this?
We don't have to decide right now, but if you could just look at our file.
I don't want to look at your file.
That's intense, and that's a lot going on, and I feel like in a moment like this, it wouldn't have just been the birth mom and the adoptive parents in that scenario. Like a caseworker would have been involved to help with that conversation that needs to happen there.
Yeah, would have been there to help advocate for both the adoptive parents and the birth mom.
You have every reason to be upset. We did lie, but only because we've been waiting and trying to have a baby for so long. Just consider us. Ask them to see our file.
Okay, so kind of what Ash was saying a minute ago about these are not conversations that would typically take place without caseworkers present. What I'm noticing in this scene is that this conversation is a little bit coercive, a little bit of Chandler trying to change the birth mom's mind. And so this isn't a conversation that we would typically, allow to happen.
I don't think it would play out that way. The birth mom would definitely have an advocate and be involved in this conversation. This whole scene, it's a little bit, it's definitely not as things would normally play out. Yeah, you would have support in that end.
But it doesn't matter because what you did was wrong.
But you did like us. And you should. I really want a kid. And when that day finally comes, I'll learn how to be a good dad. But my wife, she's already there.
I know we all love Monica and Chandler, and that was, for the show, a sweet speech. But... again, a little coercive, a little manipulative, kind of, I'm feeling, toward the birth mom. Yeah, I definitely empathize with that struggle that they went through, but again,
it can take some time in the adoption process, definitely, but yeah, him cornering her like that and trying to, I guess, in a way manipulate the situation and give his story and describing the wife, which again, they would have already had built a relationship prior to this, so...
she would have had that information.
Yeah.
And had a relationship with them prior to this.
Please. You still want that baby?
Okay, and then, of course, that is a happy moment, and the adoptive parents do really experience moments of happiness like that, but it just would not have played out that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.